Alright guys, back today with a knife deal alert video, and man are there some really good ones on sale. I've been reviewing a lot of the Eafengrow, Citavine, and out the front knives from TacKnives for a while, and there are a few sales going on, and I felt like putting them all in one video instead of making independent videos. That way I can kind of briefly go over every single sale, and if you want more detailed reviews on some of these independent knives, you can head over to my 704 Gear YouTube channel. My 704 Gear YouTube channel is a second channel that I have reviewing EDC items, camping items, survival items, as well as different knives, and I can go a little bit more in depth over there because it's kind of the bread and butter of the channel. But there are some really good ones I wanted to feature very quickly, and a brand new one that was just released is the Eafengrow EF 335. Now I've already featured this knife, but they've just released it in my Carta handles, and man is that slick. This is probably one of my favorite knives that Eafengrow sells, but it is a beast. It's a tank, and it is built like a tank. It's got a stone-washed D2 steel blade, and you can see the attention to detail on this. And when we're talking about D2 steel, G10 handles, and in this particular case, my Carta handles, generally you're talking about a $60 or $70 knife. Well, the one with my Carta handles that they just released is selling for $35. It rides on a ball bearing design, and it's super smooth opening, and then it's just such a beefy knife. This thing is absolutely awesome. It's got some interesting hardware, and the tool to change that out is in the box, and the thumb stud also works really good on this knife. You can really open it well with one hand and deploy it with one hand. Super simple in a wide variety of ways. Now they also offer this basic knife in about 5 or 6 different colors, and a lot of the colors with the G10 handles are actually only $30. So this is a solid value, but I did want to show you the new My Carta handle. And again, if you want more information about any of these knives, definitely check out my 704 Gear YouTube channel. I'll link that in the description below. The next one I want to talk about is something I don't normally feature on the channel because I'm not necessarily a personal fan of this, but I'm kind of growing on it. But I do want to feature it. I don't want to kind of isolate the only things I like, but I want to bring you guys things you might like as well. And this is an axis lock knife, and that's what I'm discussing. That axis lock, you actually pull that down and you can flip it open and deploy it and retract it fairly simply. Again, this rides on a ball bearing bushing design, and this one features a D2 steel blade, and it's made by Eafengrow as well. You can see that matte satin finish on the blade is incredibly elegant. It's got some really nice cuts, G10 handles, a reasonably deep carry pocket clip, not super deep, but overall this is a beast of a knife. Absolutely no blade play, and the centering on this thing is spectacular. Again, when you pick this up, you feel like you're picking up a $50, $60, even $70 knife, but in fact, this one's on sale for $26.99, and they've got a clickable 5% off code to save yourself some money on that one. I've got a full overview of this on my 704 Gear channel. Moving along, I want to feature another one from Eafengrow, the EF 122, my favorite fixed blade on the market right now, under 30 bucks. And this one comes in at $29.99 with free prime shipping in the black and green G10 handles. I've already featured this a ton, so I'm just going to briefly talk about it. The last 2 times I discussed it, it sold out quick. They restocked it with a ton of stock, so you should be able to go right now and grab it. It comes with a nice Kydex sheath with a locking mechanism to attach it to belt loops, molly attachments, and it adjusts for every belt size you can possibly think of. It also rotates left and right. So that's a pretty cool option when it comes to Kydex sheaths, and it's included for that $30. So such a solid knife option right there. Now moving along to something a little bit different, TacKnives is an out the front knife manufacturer that I've featured in the past, and they've just released some brand new knives and created a sale page specifically for my viewers, as well as a code 704 Tactical for 15% off. That 15% off also stacks on the sale page, and you can get out the front entry level knives that work incredibly well, retract and deploy every single time, for as low as 30 bucks after my code. So they generally sell for 70. There's about 5 or 6 different models on sale for 35. The price now has dropped to 30 after my code, and you get free shipping. They also have very premium options like this guy right here, the MTU 15R Tanto. This one is made from more premium materials. This one has a D2 steel blade that's vacuum heat treated and a T660-61 aluminum billet handle, and then it has a titanium pocket clip with a ceramic bead. This thing is ultra lightweight and ultra reliable. This was a limited run, so this one's not going to last long on the website. These generally sell for $165, but are really competing with some top tier out the front knives at a third of the cost. They dropped the price down to $148 though, specifically for the release of this video, as well as the 704 gear channel release of the video on this knife. And they've had that code that's still stackable, so dropping the price well below $140. So definitely check that out, or right at about 135-ish, 140. I'm not going to do all the math in my head with the sales stacking up, but that's pretty cool, and it comes with a nice hard case. The other thing I'm going to mention is it's a rather unique knife. I'll be honest, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite style knife, but this is cool. It's definitely cool, and a lot of you guys might like it, so I'll show it to you. But personally, it's not my style. It's an all titanium handle with a titanium deep carry pocket clip, micro folder. It's got a D2 steel blade, and it's a ball bearing design, and it is so lightweight and small. It's got a faux double edge, so on this side it's actually not sharp. On this side it is razor sharp. So it's an interesting little folder, a little bit small, a little bit too compact for me, but it is a solid built knife. And when you're talking about an all titanium handle and a D2 steel blade, for the price of this guy, it's about 50 bucks with the clickable 5% off code. I think a lot of people will like it. And again, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and featuring things that I don't necessarily love, but I think you guys might like. So I'm showing you those two options right there, but then I've fallen in love with the rest of this stuff, and I'm carrying a lot of this in a wide variety of applications. So I know this was a lot of knife stuff here recently, but most of that is going on the gear channel. So I definitely encourage you guys to subscribe over there and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Have you bought any of these? Have you tried them out? What do you personally think? Let's have a discussion and talk about some really awesome high value and budget knives. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.